Imagine watching Formula 1 on a 201-inch screen that's beamed directly into your eyeballs. Well, you don't have to imagine, because with these glasses, it's reality. These are the Rayneo Air 3S Pro AR glasses, and it's basically a portable monitor with speakers that sit on your face. You just plug it into your USB-C device, and whether you're inside a dark room or outside in the sun, your beautiful peepers are immediately blessed with an insanely crisp 1080p micro OLED display that uses Rayneo's HuView 2.0 and OptiCare tech to deliver 1200 nits of brightness without burning your retinas. The image is so clear you can't see a single.
So what happens when you spend more time, allegedly, going after underage girls instead of raising your own son? Well, destiny happens, and that is why he is a cautionary tale. So guys, it has been a while since I have talked about Destiny. He doesn't really come up on my X feed very often, hasn't been a ton of news around him. I think the last time that I spoke about him was on comment section like 2 years ago. That was when he was going through his whole divorce. If you guys don't remember that story, he was married to this super hot woman. They had a very strange open relationship. She fell in love with another guy. They broke up. It was just a complete ridiculous situation and a perfect example for why open relationships do not work and why marriage is so important. The commitment of marriage is so important. So I think that was the last time that I spoke about him, but since that happened, a lot has come out and we need to finally talk about it. But before we do, I want to thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure that you like it if you enjoy it and subscribe to our channel, and of course ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our videos just like this. All right, so the reason why I am talking about this today is because even though I just said that I really haven't seen Destiny much on social media in the last couple of years, I literally cannot escape him right now. He is everywhere, and he has a whole scandal that is revolving around a young woman named Rose and his young son, Destiny's child. We are not talking about the band today. We are talking about Destiny's son, who we will get into in a few minutes. So back to the story about a girl named Rose. So Destiny had a sexual encounter with another streamer named Pixie back in 2022. That sexual encounter was filmed, and Destiny sent that video to another girl that he was talking to, Rose, and the video was then leaked 2 years later in 2024. And after it was leaked, it came out that Pixie did not know that she was being filmed. It was filmed without her consent. It was obviously leaked without her consent. She sued him over this in February of this year. Here's the headline.
Bot Rix has correctly joined the channel.
Over cybersexual harassment court documents. This was February 19th of this year. Now, since then, no other lawsuits have been filed, but 4 other women have come forward saying that he shared videos or audio recordings of them without their knowledge. Daily Mail even wrote about this. This was in February, so this just happened like a couple of days after the lawsuit came out. YouTuber Destiny36 is accused of revenge porn by 4 women, but claims that he is the victim of the leaks. Of course, classic. Now you might be wondering how all of this ties into a current scandal happening months later with a totally different woman. Well, that takes us back to Rose and her videos, like the ones of Pixie that he was sending her. Because in 2022, Destiny was also sending explicit text messages to Rose, which were then leaked this year in light of this whole scandal and that lawsuit. Now we're gonna get into all of that and why it is so incredibly creepy, but first I want to tell you about some meat sticks that I actually enjoy talking about. And guys, these are not the meat sticks that you grew up with. Paleo Valley makes theirs with 100% grass-fed beef from small regenerative American farms, so you can put no soy and fuel that is made the way food was made to be. Carnivore, whatever, summer sausage, garlic summer diet, and I know that you guys products. Get 15% off of your first order at paleovalley.com/Brett with code Brett at checkout. And after you've nourished your body from the inside with those meat sticks, nourish your body on the outside with the amazing Cozy Earth pajamas. Guys, Cozy Earth, really what I do. Every night, uniform. And here's the best guarantee. Just go to Earth. Now, unfortunately, we need to get back to the story that is a lot less warm and fuzzy than what I was just talking about, because this is where the pedophile accusations come into play. This is why we are talking about the story today, because this is everything that has been going on X surrounding Destiny for the last couple of weeks. Because there is a huge debate over this woman, Rose's age. Again, the woman that Destiny was sending sex tapes to, that he was sexting, having inappropriate conversations with. Now, Destiny claims that she was 19 years old, that she told him that he was 19 years old, but people found a traffic citation of hers that confirmed her birth date as being October in 2004, making her 17 years old at the time that Destiny was sending her these messages. Destiny is rightfully getting reamed online, especially because this is not the first time that he has been accused of weird, creepy behavior just like this. In fact, Destiny Destiny's child, his son, his 14-year-old son, who has become sort of an infamous internet figure in his own right, especially with the Groypers, he seems to be verifying these rumors and even posted some of the chat logs between Destiny and this girl, Rose, and has continued to comment on the accusations in the weeks afterwards. In one post, he quote tweeted his dad, and Destiny had said, "This is effing disgusting. Ukraine has children working in their missile factories now," and his son retweeted that and said, "Since when did you care about the children, except for Rose, lol." And then in a later thread where he was talking about his father, he even said, "He is literally a pedo." And if you don't know and you haven't been following any of this, Nate, his son, is very much on what people would call the far right. He often lashes out, he's inflammatory online, which Destiny has completely brushed off, and he has blamed his MAGA parents for enabling this child's grandparents. Well, Destiny, I happen to wonder if it's because he's trying to follow in your footsteps and is just desperate to get your attention because you allegedly left him as a child. Now, this was all brought to my attention due to a post that his son made earlier in the summer where he gets into his relationship with his father, or lack thereof, and it reads, "I was forced to grow up without a father. I was an anchor for my mom's emotions at times when she was struggling with work. I was put online with no supervision or protection at a young age. I was stripped of a sincere relationship with my own father. I did not talk to people for days after he left. I was moody, I was confused, I was lazy. I felt as if I didn't matter to my own father. No child that age should ever feel this way. There is no excuse for it, ever." If a child feels like they don't matter to their own father, what are they going to do? Lash out? Try to get attention online. Say, "Hey, look at me, please. I know you're across the country from me. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be talking. I just want you to notice me." In my opinion, that is exactly what is happening here. He goes on and he says, "The reasons my father left to Cali in Florida are not of my concern. Frankly, I do not care at all. I believe him leaving me and my mother was a horrible thing to do. No matter what is happening in your life, you should rarely, if ever, leave your child. Once more, I am not writing this to disrespect my father. I am writing this to give my thoughts and feelings regarding my relationship with my father. A relationship that is only existent through Discord DMs and rare texts between my father and mother. I respect my father. I even love him. But as a general parent, I will never respect him. I have a father. I do not have a dad. And that is how I grew up."
What's up, guys? This is
Fucking
Will Whip
sad
back
and
on the
pathetic.
streets for PragerU. Today we are in Santa Monica asking people about transgenderism and what makes someone who they really are. Let's do it. When someone comes and says, like, let's say I say I'm a woman, what is the criteria for you guys believing that that's true?
I need to see, like, you're missing a bulge down there. I look for the Adam's apple.
A woman is usually someone who looks like they can bear children. Like, a woman is like someone.
I mean, this is so incredibly sad. And it's also illuminating not just about Nate and what he believes and what he's doing online, but also illuminating into Destiny's character, the type of man and father he is. Obviously, we have seen his sexual perversions on full display. I think I have seen more than I ever care to see about anyone. It's like, oh my God, what was happening in your own home? You are a father, and this is what you were doing? Like, we all know that this is a dysfunctional family. Like, just look at Destiny's previous marriage, but like, obviously, all of this has taken a toll on this young man. Meanwhile, his dad seems more concerned with sexting women and rage baiting on his own streaming platform than he does with raising his own son. His priorities are completely misaligned. I mean, just like look at some of the things that he has said and posted, which really are not helping his case right now. In one post, he was talking about Hassan Piker. They were going back and forth, and a guy replies and said, "Bro, you literally say in the clip that she's 15 at WTF," and Destiny replies and says, "Have you seen the 15-year-olds they're putting out today, though? Like, they're hot. Like, I'm going to look at them." That is what he is insinuating. There was also this that he literally said on a live stream.
If you just because you molest a child doesn't make you a pedophile. That's not.
Yes, it does. Yes, it.
Did you catch that? Let's watch that again.
If you just because you molest a child doesn't
I
make you
don't
a
disagree
pedophile.
with
That's
her.
not.
Yes, it does. Yes, it.
That is the kind of man and father that we are dealing with here. I have no idea what is true here about the 4 women that have accused Destiny. I have no idea what is true with Rose and how old she was. I have no idea. Frankly, the entire story disgusts me. Again, I don't really want to talk or think about his little meat stick. This is not my preferred subject for an episode. But my point in bringing this up and covering this today is to say that these are the consequences of having no moral framework or bounds in which you live your life. Like, this is completely and utterly dysfunctional. And this is a man who has and is still continuing to influence the minds of millions. His kid absolutely deserves better. There is a 14-year-old child who is in the middle of this chaos, who is helping indict his father in all of this. Do you not see, Destiny, how insane this is? Like the things that your son is saying online, the tension, the distance between us, this is not something that Destiny can just pawn off on his parents because they happen to be MAGA and disagree with him. Like, this is also not your son being in a rebellious phase that should be mocked. Your relationship obviously has problems. You have problems. You need to log off and work on these. You are a father. You have a responsibility that allegedly, from the outside looking in, you have completely ignored. So please, for the love of God, for the love of everybody online, please stop being a creep. Stop DMing girls online about butt plugs, because that's what's happening. Stop making sex tapes and releasing them. Take some accountability for your actions and go be a father before it's too late. Say folks, did you know that America produces less beef today than it did all the way back in 1951? Gee whiz, that's like when TV looks like this. That's right, foreign imports are flooding our markets and sneaking onto your dinner plate. But don't fret, kids, there's hope, and it's called Good Ranchers. All of their meat is 100% American, raised on local farms and delivered straight to your door. No mystery imports, only pretending to be product of the USA. And when you subscribe, you'll get $40 off your box, free shipping, and a free gift in every order for life. I've gotten bacon.
Drum car.
You remember Ridge, right? The wallets.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great company.
And you remember they've done like these crazy sweepstakes
that they come up with, and you ask yourselves, wow, we have to take that idea.
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually
like a lot of our, you know, growing up as a kid, I remember that there was a time when there was just a peak of quality of games where it came out so much to the point where it almost felt like it was too much, right? And I really do feel like a lot of our, older generation of, gamers, maybe even got spoiled completely of how much we had in terms of quality when it came to the multitude of different consoles that we grew up with. and the multitude of different communities and impactful moments that happen overall. But when I look at Blizzard Entertainment and I look at how they, work their games nowadays and how they push their main content, obviously, midnight within. And one of the main key factors that I take from a lot of the, older games, really leading to the new games as well, is that one of the biggest things that players truly care about is that when a community happens and there is some type of passion or some type of flame that's lit behind it, people want to get involved. People want to see what it's all about, and they want to implement their own ideas to it as well. And it's a reason why you see a lot of games that we all get some form of emulation done to them, or get some form of modding done to them, or get some type of form of private server style thing done to it, out of the sense of pure passion, out of the sense of just raw, genuine idea to create something beautiful that they remember when gaming was good. And the one thing that I love that gamers do is when they come together, they really start forming ideas, they really start forming creativity and thought processes, and really just wanting to make
Stinky! What's that face? It's because you're hungry. You haven't eaten all the fucking day. You got a headache? Yeah?
extended and give it another life, even if that game's life is no longer there and it's kind of dead to some people's eyes, and they try to bring some type of hype back to it. And this happens a lot, especially in like products that I've seen in the past. When you look at a lot of Bethesda style products, style content, which is user generated content for those who don't know, is something that gets heavily implemented with users to add a whole nother experience to the original game.
It's a light.
May or may have not seen before. Plus, I'm more than sure that many of you guys have seen this style.
.com, baby.
Players just interact with the world way differently than the original developers intended.
Definitely.
But they do it out of a sense of passion to create a new sense of passion, to get players to play with it again, to get players to get involved with it. And the reason why I bring this up is because I saw a former Blizzard developer named Chris Galecki bring this up. He is the founder of, at the current moment, Notorious Studios, and he's working on Legacy Steel and Sorcery. And he talked about the best next step with WoW would be to give the player tools.
Idea to cross into my lane as I was literally going 60 miles fucking an hour, decided to cut right in front of me across the highway. I'm like, yo, so I slammed my brakes, slammed on my fucking horn. I almost died.
You're not allowed to die.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Better never. Ever, ever. Big damn. Alright, you gotta fly. We need to leave by like 9:45 at the latest, like in the truck.
Did you buy the ticket already?
Oh, I didn't know you were in here. No.
Just got out.
No. You gotta need to buy tickets? I don't fucking know how to do that shit. I'm old. Think this is? You know how to do it? I just go there and buy the tickets. I doubt it's gonna be sold out. Yeah, 10:15. You better hurry up, babe.
Oh, you're lucky. Okay. We can just go there.
Yeah? Why is that?
Not many people.
That spell isn't
Yeah.
ready yet.
Oh, you're lucky.
Recharging.
What? No. No! Yes! Ow! Yes! Ow! 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 Is that creepy?
I can't do that yet. I'm out of range. Recharging.
Let's say I was 19 and not that I really have any interest in dating women who do or anything like this. Let's say I was got into a relationship with an OF girl. Most 18, 19, 20-year-old men, they don't have the capacity to make a lot of money. Let's say I was dating this OF girl and we got married and she went on to make like multi-millions of dollars a year. We were together for, I don't know, 5, 10 years, whatever. From your guys' perspective, do you think it would be fair that 10 years later, I'm still being paid alimony by her?
It doesn't necessarily matter how I feel because we're going to have lawmakers who put it up anyway.
The reality is that men are falling behind in education. They're falling behind in their careers. Women are actually starting to get paid more. There's all of this stuff. So you mark my words, in the next 10, 20 years, when women are out earning men, you're going to see things like child support and alimony. They're going to be capped. They're going to be like, no more, because ain't no way women are going to be paying men that they no longer date. It's such a double standard. We're not going to it.
Let's say I was 19 and not that I really have any interest in dating women who do or anything like this. Let's say I was got into a relationship with an OF girl. Most 18, 19, 20-year-old men, they don't have the capacity to make a lot of money. Let's say I was dating this OF girl and we got married and she went on to make like multi-millions of dollars a year. We were together for, I don't know, 5, 10 years, whatever. From your guys' perspective, do you think it would be fair that 10 years later, I'm still being paid alimony by her?
It doesn't necessarily matter how I feel because we're going to have lawmakers who put it up anyway.
The reality is that men are falling behind in education. They're falling behind in their careers. Women are actually starting to get paid more. There's all of this stuff. So you mark my words, in the next 10, 20 years, when women are out earning men, you're going to see things like child support and alimony. They're going to be capped. They're going to be like, no more, because ain't no way women are going to be paying men that they no longer date. It's such a double standard. We're not going to it.
Let's say I was 19 and not that I really have any interest in dating women who do or anything like this. Let's say I was got into a relationship with an OF girl. Most 18, 19, 20-year-old men, they don't have the capacity to make a lot of money. Let's say I was dating this OF girl and we got married and she went on to make like multi-millions of dollars a year. We were together for, I don't know, 5, 10 years, whatever. From your guys' perspective, do you think it would be fair that 10 years later, I'm still being paid alimony by her?
It doesn't necessarily matter how I feel because we're going to have lawmakers who put it up anyway.
The reality is that men are falling behind in education. They're falling behind in their careers. Women are actually starting to get paid more. There's there's all of this stuff. So you mark my words, in the next 10, 20 years, when women are out earning men, you're gonna see things like child support and alimony. They're gonna be capped. They're gonna be like, no more, because ain't no way women are gonna be.
You lied about your age to Hilmeka Zerka. You have people believing that they were actually pedos. I actually believe a little bit because I thought
so
that this was
that's what
actually true, but it was not true at all. And you had us believe that it was real.
I never said anything.
That's the problem. You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, what was I gonna say? I have no fan base. Like, what?
No, but
how am I gonna?
Lied to the entire audience that they were watching, got them banned, and they lost their income.
Damn.
That
Up, and that's
what
fucked up.
you should. I think you need to apologize.
You know what?
So you could have got them locked up too.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the facts about this until like you started mentioning it now.
That's me.
That's crazy because like again, like in Florida, age of consent is 18. Even if something happened and they said, "Yo, we didn't know," you lying to them, they could go to jail for a felony and get put on a sex offender list, and they get in trouble for that. That's crazy, bro.
Listen, I had beef with Zerka for like a little bit, right? And I met him in person. We talked about it. He said that you lied. I was like, okay, I'm gonna believe him over you. And kind of find out, they verified it. Like,
why did you lie? Like, why did you lie about your age? Right.
I'm downtown.
So?
Have you ever lied about your age?
No, never
Yes, you
needed
have.
to. I never needed to.
Someone has lied about your age at least once.
Wait, so
you know what? Get the fuck out of here. Leave. Then leave because you lied to not only all of us here.
I would just rather
Zerka.
not say
Let's
online.
cancel, man. Let's go, man.
That's fucked up, man. You lied about your age to Hilmeka Zerka. You have people believing that they were actually pedos. I actually believe a little bit because I thought
so
that this was
that's what
actually true, but it was not true at all. And you had us believe that it was real.
I never said anything.
That's the problem. You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, what was I gonna say? I have no fan base. Like, what?
No, but
how am I gonna?
Lie to.
The video that my friend told me about, who is not political, and he said Instagram suggested a Nick Fuentes reel. That has millions of views, and all the comments were like, Fuentes is right.
Go fuck yourself. You were in a meeting with Netanyahu, and nobody would even know that unless somebody leaked it. You got mad that you got exposed and found out.
There is actually a prominent conspiracy theory that Fuentes is an Israeli op, because that's how weird it goes.
Alright guys, welcome back to another base lore video. I'm the lore man. Strap in because Nick Fuentes is about to absolutely annihilate Tim Pool. And you're about to witness every brutal truth. You know, Pool refusing to debate Fuentes, cozying up to Netanyahu, playing the neutral card. If you want to see more Nick clips, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're dropping 4 or 5 Nick clips a day from his most recent shows and providing lore from the past on why these heated exchanges happen. So I'm going to show this most recent clip here of Tim Pool going off on why Nick Fuentes needs to be censored from the internet because he's mad that his normie friend saw a clip of Nick Fuentes online. All right, let's get into it.
The video that my friend told me about, who is not political. This is a dude who does not engage in politics at all and knows nothing about it. And he said Instagram suggested a Nick Fuentes reel where Fuentes was saying everybody knows that the crime is coming from the black neighborhoods. Nobody wants to live there. He says it's irresponsible to bring your wife and child to black neighborhoods. And everybody knows when you talk about shootings and crime, you're talking about black people in black neighborhoods. That has millions of views, and people I know that, again, I'm stressing this, who don't engage in politics on Instagram, who are watching videos of Legos and Star Wars, got recommended that. That is crazy that Instagram is promoting that in their algorithm, and that people are sharing it, and all the comments were like, Fuentes is right.
Yeah, guys, so we just saw Tim Pool absolutely freak out, meltdown, because his non-political friends are getting fed Nick Fuentes content shoved on their Instagram feeds. You gotta love it. And you know, where this lore kind of started is Nick Fuentes called Tim Pool out for refusing to have a real conversation with him on his show. He refuses to bring him on.
Lily is our kind of genius, the kind with a J.
and is a digital bank with real-life 24/7 support and rates that leave you with more than a lollipop. We do things a certain kind of way for our certain kind of genius.
I put curing hepatitis C on my today list.
Epclusa treats all types of chronic hepatitis C with a 98% cure rate.
Nick Fuentes and his team have talked many times about getting him on, and last second, Tim Pool always cancels. So I'm going to play the next clip here where Nick Fuentes absolutely calls out Tim Pool.
It's always Juice sent $10. Tim Pool should take his beanie off and replace it with a kippah. What a joke this guy is. Thankfully, we had your show. Every other right-wing show is compromised.
Did you see this? Tim Pool met with Netanyahu. Tim Pool and Dave Rubin met with Bibi Netanyahu. Could you just die? Like, Netanyahu, the head of Israel, and Tim Pool. And Tim Pool, for this fucking cocksucker for years. I should probably say it a different way for a clip. I don't want people to clip me saying cocksucker, but so let me just rephrase it. For years, Tim Pool said he wouldn't have me on his show because I'm not relevant. He said he wouldn't have me on his show because my fans keep asking me to have him to have me on the show. He said he wouldn't have me on the show because he's afraid that I'll say something that'll get them banned. For years, he's gone through, how many different excuses has he cycled through why he won't have me on the show? Too many people are asking. Too many people are spamming the chat. Well, you're not in the news right now. Always an excuse. And now Tim Pool is meeting with the Prime Minister of Israel. I think we now know the reason. I think we now know the reason why Tim Pool won't talk to your guy here.
Who cares?
Because he's kosher. Him and Dave Rubin are meeting with Netanyahu because they're in bed with Israel. You know, Dave Rubin's business partner at Locals, he met him at Hebrew University in Israel. Like, these guys are connected. So, and Dave Rubin, Tim Pool, Daily Wire, they're all connected to Israel. It's just, I don't think anybody's even, I think everybody knows this at this point, but it's just unbelievable. And Tim Pool is telling Netanyahu, I think Qatar is funding all this anti-Israel content on the internet. Beyond parody.
Boom, exactly that. Now guys, it gets even hotter in this next clip. Tim Pool tries to justify his stance and claims that Fuentes and his followers are somehow pushing people towards Israel. It makes no sense if you know what Nick Fuentes talks about most. But guys, let's listen into what Tim Pool has to say.
Anti-Israel social media users like Fuentes' crowd are the biggest pro-Israel group I've ever seen in my life. Don't take my. It's not my opinion. There is actually a prominent conspiracy theory that Fuentes is an Israeli op, because that's how weird it goes. Because when he and his supporters go on social media and attack people, it pushes them towards Israel. It makes them hate the people who are criticizing Israel. Whereas Dave Smith don't do that. Dave Smith makes you laugh and feel good, and you're having a good time. Fuentes' crowd comes by and they call you a bunch of names and insult you and post pictures about you when you didn't even say anything. And it's like, I get a wave of criticism because I was like, oh, I don't really care about Israel. I'm like, aha, you're a Zionist. And I'm like, I literally said I just don't care. And they're like, well, as long as you think it exists, you're a Zionist. And then they spam blast me. And I'm like, are you guys trying to make me like Israel? Like, I don't understand. Because you're certainly not arguing passionately in a way to make me your friend. This is not, I still don't care. Like, I am America, okay? Like, I am an American citizen. That's what I mean. I don't care. You know, like when they come to me and they're like, Israel did a bad thing, I'm like, wow, that's awful. And? They're like, well, we should stop funding them. Okay. You're a Zionist. What?
Yeah.
It's like, this is the problem with these people. That's why I think this fervent Israel derangement syndrome is what really irks me.
That's unbelievable. I mean, Pool thinks he can explain away Fuentes'
You what?
Why'd you look at me like that?
I didn't even look at you.
Yes, you did.
I gotta have my webcam off. Titties. Once in a blue moon.
It's too far away. Let's keep recharging.
Dude, what the actual fuck?
It's too far away. That spell isn't ready yet.
What the fuck is that bullshit?
That spell isn't ready yet.
Watching porn again. This class is so fun. I'm hungrier than a hostage. I bet you're starving. You didn't eat all day. That's a fucking fast and a half. You know, fasting is actually really good for you. It's one of the best ways to get, if not the best way to get rid of visceral fat. Because what happens is your body goes into like pseudo starvation mode and it'll start eating the fat within your body until there's nothing left. And it's one of the best methods of getting rid of that dangerous visceral fat. Yes. That's a tongue twister right there, I'll tell you. Yeah, visceral fat. You shut your fucking whore mouth. I'm gonna feed it with some popcorn. Dick. What? What? I don't know. What? I don't know. Dude, next level we get fucking... Harry? Weapons. Where's this bitch?
It's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Hey, look who it is. That's what we need. What the hell? No, I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't do all that.
Babe, I'm hungry. You about ready? Good. Perfect timing. I'm logging out right here. Ow, bitch. Oh, fuck you.